Stress is just inevitable, whether it's the holidays or just in our everyday life. And that stress oftentimes results as tight necks and shoulders and jaws. I'm Anita Goa, and I'm going to share with you 5 ways that I have found very effective for myself as well as for my students and clients in releasing tensions from this area. So in this video, I am taking you through a little tutorial / practice of 5 ways that hopefully will help you. You can use it just as a practice in and of itself, or you can take each of the 5 practices and use them however you feel will be helpful in your everyday life. So I hope that it's helpful, and if it is, give me a thumbs up and please share with me how helpful it was in the comments below. Let's get started. The equipment that I'm using in this practice are 2 yoga blocks. I'm also using a soft foam roller, but if you don't have a soft foam roller, you can get away with using a blanket, and I have a yoga blanket here. The key with the blanket is that it is a tightly knit weaved blanket so that you can roll it into the shape that we need it to be in. So that's it. So we'll start on the floor seated, or feel free to sit on a block. Feel also free to sit on a chair if that feels better for you. And in the position that you've chosen for yourself, you're just going to practice what I call thumbs in the armpits. And you're going to take your thumbs and put them into your armpits. Yes. And you're going to draw the elbows in. And now notice what happened and if anything changed in your posture. This is really the key and basically where we want to start from. Your abdominals might feel like they're a little bit more engaged. Can you feel that? You're a little bit more lifted through your breastbone. The chest is a bit more open. Your shoulders have dropped into their sockets. Your shoulder blades are drawn down and pulled a little bit more together onto your upper back. And maybe you even felt like there was a shift that happened. Your head went a little bit back instead of being forward. So now in this position, I hope that you feel that your head is a little bit more over your shoulders and your shoulders are a bit more over your pelvis. You're in a better alignment. And this is very important. When we are aligned within our skeleton, our muscles have a chance to do the work that they were designed to do. If we're constantly hunching forward, like when we're on our smartphones or we're on the computer, or maybe we're rushing to get to someplace, we have then physically put ourselves out of alignment. The front muscles get really tight, the back muscles get overstretched, all right? And then takes the body, takes the nervous system, a lot of effort in order to just try to keep you in place, and the neck and the shoulders get super tight. So if you practice this, thumbs in your armpits, you will then be able to automatically put yourself in a better position. Can you feel it? So easy. So that's my first step for you, to just check in with your posture, feel that your head is over your shoulders and your shoulders are over your pelvis. And feel free to walk around like this. For the next one, I want you to either take your soft foam roller or roll up a blanket, and then you're going to lie over it. And you're going to come into what we call an active resting position. So you feel that your spine is long, knees are together and feet are apart. You're going to rest your hands on your abdomen. And now we're going to focus into our breath. And another thing that happens, after our posture has been, thrown off its alignment, we lose contact with our breath when we get stressed, when we have a lot of stuff on our mind. And if we're not breathing optimally, it really tenses and tightens up the muscles. It's very hard for the energy to flow through the body. So just close your eyes, close your mouth. And as you lie in this position, inhale and feel that you're inflating your abdominals. And then exhale, feel that you deflate your abdominals, bring it back to normal. So inhale, let it inflate. And exhale, let it deflate. Inhale, inflate. And exhale, deflate. You can continue to keep your hands on your lower abs, or you can rest your arms at the side of your body, keeping your palms facing up. Just allowing your shoulder blades to rest into the foam roller, into your rolled up blanket. Let your head become heavy. And then focus your attention into your breath. Inflating your belly and deflating your belly. Softening your face, softening your jaw. Try to feel that you're breathing nourishment into your neck, into your shoulders. The breath is basically the nourishment, is the hydration. When the neck and the shoulders get tight, they get dehydrated. So by consciously breathing in and out, you are hydrating, you're watering them. And when they feel moist and soft, then it's easier to release and stretch. So just notice that when you feel stressed, are you in touch with your breath, or are you out of touch with your breath? And see if you can remind yourself. Sometimes just lying down on the floor and focusing into the breath can be a little bit more releasing than being in a seated, upright position. Good, and then gradually just slide yourself off the foam roller or your blanket. Roll it to the side and just rest down into the floor and just notice how your spine feels. Notice if your shoulder blades are dropping a little bit further into the floor. Notice as you move your head if it feels like there's a little bit more movement there, if it feels like your neck muscles are breathing. And then either take that rolled up blanket or your foam roller and then place it behind your head. It's good if you take your hand behind your head and this help the head up and then roll the foam roller or the blanket under your neck. And just feel like you're draping your neck over your foam roller or your blanket. And just let your head become very heavy. Rest the arms at the side of your body. And just continue your breathing. Inhale, inflating. Exhale, deflating. And from this position, feel free to just move your head just gently side to side a little bit, like you're saying a gentle no. And then hold the head to the center and maybe just say a gentle yes. And then you're going to take your head and you're going to lift it up a little bit and then turn it to the left and rest to the side so that your nose basically is at a 10 o'clock angle. And just hold it there. And you'll feel that area on the left side of your neck that tends to get tight. Feel that you're resting your head and your neck against the foam roller or the blanket. And then feel free to wiggle and say a gentle yes or maybe a gentle no. You're not going to crank yourself into any position. Just let it happen and keep breathing. Good, and then you're going to take your head again and then gradually assist it as you turn it over to the right. And then here maybe you're facing at a 2 o'clock angle. And then hold it there. Just let your head relax, let your shoulders soften. And then either do a little yes, and then a little no. Good, and then come back to the center. As easy as that. Then take your head, just support it in the back, lift it up a little bit, engage your abdominals, and roll your foam roller or your blanket away and let your head rest back. Rest the arms at the side of your body and notice if it feels like, whoo, it's like a breeze that's coming through. Isn't that amazing? Then roll over to your right side and gently push yourself up. Feel like you're pushing up and lifting as a unit. Yay! Good. Now we're going to come onto all fours. So a little bit of movement also can go a long way. Just warming up the spine, releasing tension in the spine, turning ourselves maybe a little upside down. So keep the arms shoulder distance apart, legs hip distance apart, and exhale, round it into a cat stretch. Drop your head and just shake it loose. Let your head become heavy. And then inhale, arch it to a cow, curl the toes under. Do that again, exhale, round it into a cat, feel the shoulder blades separating, wrap the shoulder blades into the armpits, airing out right in between the shoulder blades there. And then inhale, arch it into a cow. One more time, exhale, round it into a cat. Inhale, arch it to a cow. Good, keep the toes curled under and draw your hips back. And then feel a little pressure into the toes and into the feet. And actually, the more tense and tight our toes and our feet are, the more tension and tightness that can bring into our neck and into our shoulders. So releasing that tension and tightness can also have a huge impact. So extend the arms out in front of you and feel free to go a little bit deeper. Rest your forehead now either onto the floor or you can rest your forehead onto a block. Just find a little bit more extension here in the torso, stretching the sides. Full inhale. Complete exhale. Full inhale. Complete exhale. And then withdraw, roll yourself up, vertebrae by vertebrae, and come into a hero pose. Then point your feet and feel free to sit on a block if that feels better. So come up as high as you feel that you need to. So practice the thumbs in the armpits again, finding a place where your head is over your shoulders and your shoulders are over your pelvis. Good. And then we're going to cross the right elbow on top of the left for the eagle arms. Wrap the arms together, lift your elbows and drop your shoulders down. Try to keep your head centered. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good, and release the arms and bring them behind your back. Interlace the right index finger on top of the left and then lift your chest. So here, keep lifting through the breastbone, pinning the shoulder blades down and together, drawing in through the abdominals, and naturally the head will start to move back. Don't thrust your head back so that you lose touch with your breathing. Just feel that stretch through the front of your chest and the shoulders. So this will stretch the chest muscles, the front of the shoulder muscles, and also strengthen your upper back muscles. Good, release and cross the left elbow on top of the right. Lift the elbows a bit, drop the shoulders down. Breathe in fully. Exhale completely. Good, and then gradually release. Bring the arms behind your back and interlace the left index finger on top of the right. Lift the breastbone, drop the shoulders, pin the shoulder blades together, stretch the arms away. Full breath in, full breath out. Good, and release. Now just shrug your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. And then go in the other direction, go back, up, forward, and down. And release. Then next we're going to release our masseter muscle. This is basically our chewing muscle, and if we tense our jaw and we're under a lot of stress, this muscle tends to get really tight. So if we can release it, it sends a lot of relaxation into the jaw, into the neck, as well as into the shoulders and the face in general. So the masseter muscle is basically right in the center of your cheeks. And we're going to take our knuckles and we're going to press in. You have to really soften your cheeks in order to get into it, and you have to soften your jaw. And you might feel it more on the left side or on the right side. I feel it for some reason a little bit more on the left side. And just hold it there. And just let your upper arms rest against your chest, and then let your head rest against your knuckles. And try to drop the shoulders down. See if you can soften your tops of your shoulders, and try to soften your jaw. So actually, if you stay here for some time, the jaw gets so soft that you might actually start drooling, and that's very normal. So if you do that, that's actually a good thing. That means that you've completely relaxed. And if you want to, you can maybe move it a little bit back and forth. And maybe you'll feel that it releases a bit more then. Keep breathing. Good, and lift your chin up. And you can hold that for as long as you want. Just don't dig in too much, just go in gently and then apply more and more pressure as you feel that it starts to release, and breathe as deeply as you can. And I hope you feel that releasing in the whole face, and you can massage it, a little bit after. And you'll feel that release into the neck and the shoulders. Great to do if you have trouble sleeping as well, because it just relaxes the whole nervous system. Now, our last position we'll be going into is an inclined position. So you're going to take your two blocks and you're going to form them into a T position, actually. So either on the lower level or on the higher level. And we're going to drape our body over it. Make sure that the block is right in between your shoulder blades. So find the level that works for you. And then the back one is behind your head. So feel like you're lifting your rib cage up out of your hips. Now your legs can either extend and be apart, or if you feel okay with keeping the soles of your feet together, knees open. Your arms can stay reached over your head, or your arms can rest at the side of your body. Allow your shoulders to roll back, drop down. Inhale and exhale. So this is a fantastic posture enhancer. In a restorative way, you get that wonderful stretch with the whole entire front body. It's a great counter pose for all of that forward motion that we do when we're stressed, when we're rushing, when we're on our smartphones or we're on the computer. So anytime you can put yourself in this position, you will be so much better off. Keeping your posture aligned so your head remains over the shoulders and the shoulders over the pelvis. That way your body doesn't have to work so hard for you. The more aligned you are, the more life flows, the more the energy flows. If you find it challenging to breathe in this position, feel free to go closer to the ground so you don't have as much of an arc. Just allow the body or the muscles to open up over time. And then find the right position for you where you can access your breath the deepest. Good. If the soles of your feet are together, draw your knees together. If your legs were extended, bend one leg at a time, and then roll over to your side. Put the blocks to the side. Come back onto the floor into that active resting position. Knees together. Adjust so that your spine feels long. Rest your hands on your lower belly. Just notice how you feel. If your breath feels a little deeper, a little bit more steady. Notice if your breath moves easier all the way down into your belly, avoiding it being stuck in the chest, in the neck, in the throat, in the shoulders. And then turn over to the left and push yourself up to a seated position. And come back to the way that we started. And notice now when you come back and you're sitting, if you feel a little bit more open, a little taller, like there's a little bit more air floating through your neck, your shoulders, your jaw, your face. Notice if your head is more over the shoulders and shoulders more over the pelvis. If you want to put your thumbs into your armpits, again, notice how that feels at the end. Beautiful. I hope that that was helpful. No neck circles or crunching into the neck in order to release it. Just open it up in a little bit of a different way maybe. But I hope that you will be doing this, and feel free to do any one of these in whichever way helps you out the most, or do it all as a full practice. I'd love to hear from you, so leave a comment in the comment box below if you try it out, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends who might have the same tension neck and shoulders as well. And if you're so inclined and you like the content, feel free to click on that little subscribe button and get notified when I post new videos. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.